What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Zay Moolah Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Isaiah. And man, we got a special video for y'all today because, man, the Titans proved me wrong. I thought we were going to lose 24-16, but they said, nah, Zay, we finna come out here and show you why we are still a competent team. And, man, y'all see that score 27-3. After last week, we got our behinds whooped 27-3. This week, we was like, you know what? Hey, we're going to do this to the Cincinnati Bengals. We whipped them boys 27-3 and dominated on both sides of the football. Wow, where was this team at last week? Where was this team at last week? But, man, before I go any further, I just really want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much for the support. I see the views going up. I see the likes going up. I see my subscribers going up. Thank y'all. Y'all, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. We got God on our side. Ain't nothing going to stop us. Let's go, y'all. This channel is going to grow in Jesus' name. In Jesus' name, y'all. But let's get into it. Y'all see right there, the Titans. What? Where was this team at last week? Where's this team at last week? Let me tell y'all something, though. I'm having a hard time figuring out this team right now because right now, our two road games, we look like one of the worst teams in football. But our two home games, we look like one of the best teams in football. Okay, week one against the Saints, we lose 16-15. We couldn't do anything offensively. The defense did play well, but the defense gave us some big plays that game. Then the next week against the Chargers, we come out, win in overtime 27-24. The offense gets going. Tannehill looks great. King Henry looks great. D-Hop makes some plays. Chris Moore. The defense gave us some big plays, but they still played well that week, and we got the win. Then you look at last week. We go to Cleveland, face the Browns, right? We couldn't do anything. The defense gave up so many big plays. Offensively, we only had 96 total yards of offense. And you're like, man, okay, what is going on with the Titans? And then this week, yesterday, we come out, get 400, as y'all see on y'all screen, we get 400 total yards of offense, and we hold the Bengals to only 211 yards of offense. And you're like, man, what in the world is going on with this team? Because why are we so inconsistent on the road, but when we come home, all of a sudden we remember how to play football again? I got to admit this to y'all, though. I'm really, really surprised that we won yesterday. But am I happy? Of course I'm happy that we won. And I love the fashion in which we did it in. But I will tell y'all this. You still need to be concerned because this is not winning football right here, though. You cannot be a great team, or even you can't even be a good team in this league if you have so much inconsistent play, right? We went from week one being bad. Week two, we played well. Week three, it was really, really, really bad. And then yesterday, it was really, really great. So right now, we are what our record says, right? We're 2-2. We're an average football team. We are average football team, right? We gonna win some games, y'all. But I just want to hold off on the brakes a little bit. We're still 2-2, and we still been very inconsistent on the road. But you know what? Yesterday, I was definitely happy with what I saw because this is winning football the way we played yesterday. This is definitely winning football because offensively, let's get into it, y'all. Offensively, y'all see the numbers: 173 rushing yards. That is Tennessee Titans football at its finest. This offensive line, man. They either was going to put up or they was going to shut up. And these boys definitely came out and did what they were supposed to do. It still wasn't perfect. Andre Dillard, listen, brother, you still gave up too many pressures, right? Trey Hendrickson was still getting to Ryan Tannehill way too much. And Trey Hendrickson did have half a sack. On the other side, Chris Hubbard still gave up. You gave up too many pressures. But overall, as a unit, Andre Dillard, Chris Hubbard, Daniel Brunskill, Aaron Brewer, and Dylan Rader, played a whole lot better than they did last week. Did y'all see the first play of the game? Tannehill pitched it to Henry. What did Henry do? He took it for a first down for 11 yards. And I was like, okay, maybe we came ready to play. And I feel like that play set the tone for the entire game because even on the defensive side of football, we came out and looked like the more physical team. We were ready to go. Last week, y'all, we got beat up on both sides of the football in the trenches. This week, we dominated the trenches on the offensive line and the defensive line. Looking at this offensive line, though, they played very, very well. It still wasn't perfect, but they played extremely well. Derrick Henry, man, let's talk about King Henry himself. I told y'all on Friday on my live stream, I said, listen, he's still one of the baddest dudes on this planet. He's still one of the best running backs in the NFL. And all those people that said King Henry is done, I don't know what y'all seeing, because this dude still got it, right? Finally, the offensive line was able to open up holes for this brother. Derrick Henry is still a top 3 running back in this league, but you got to give him the opportunities to go make plays. And that's what we did. And did y'all see that 29 touchdown yard run he had? He stiffed on the linebacker and went all the way to the end zone and then did his little dance. That's vintage Derrick Henry right there. And that's vintage Tennessee Titans football. But it wasn't just him, because Mr. Tajay Spears, I told y'all about this Tajay Spears kid. When we drafted him coming out of Tulane in the 3rd round, I told you, I said, this dude gives us something this team has never had. The last time we had a running back that was really, really dynamic was Chris Johnson. And now we got one in Mr. Tajay Spears, because this kid is so dynamic. He's so electric. He has so much juice to him. And I told y'all, man, he was going to be a big boost for this offense. Did y'all see Tannehill pitched him the ball? He dropped it, but what did he do? He scooped that thing up, and then did y'all see DeAndre Hopkins? He got the nice block. Tannehill ran downfield, he blocked him, and Tajay picked up 22 yards. I told y'all, man, Tajay Spears, this kid is the future at the running back position. He is the future at the running back position. Man, this dude is so fast. He's so quick. I love his suddenness. Tajay Spears, man, listen, you my boy for real, man, and keep that thing going, because I want to see him get more carries. He had 5 carries yesterday for 40 yards, but man, Tajay Spears, keep it going, boy. And Derrick Henry, you already know you King Henry, man. You already know what you do, man. So just keep it up. The offensive line, y'all did well. Run blocking, Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears, y'all did y'all thing in this run game, lead to the 173 rushing yards. Now, y'all, let's talk about Mr. Ryan Timothy Tannehill. Y'all, he looked good yesterday. Tannehill looked good yesterday. Did y'all see when he hit D-Hop for that 38-yard gain? Woo! That was such a nice throw. D-Hop, man. I told y'all, too, about D-Hop. I told y'all, DeAndre Hopkins is the best receiver on this team. And I know in the offseason, a lot of people said, no, it's going to be Treylon Burks. I'm like, no, DeAndre Hopkins is still a #1 receiver in this league. If you give him the opportunities, he is going to show you that, man, you can't guard him one-on-one. D-Hop is still one of the best route runners in the entire game. And did y'all see on that 38-yard catch he had? He hit Cam Taylor-Britt, the DB for the Cincinnati Bengals. He hit him with a little stutter stop, and then he just kept going. Boom, Tannehill hit him. He caught it, 38-yard reception. Man, did y'all see Chris Moore? Chris Moore keeps making big catches. Week 2 against the Chargers, he had a big 49-yard gain. Last week, he had a 35-yard gain. This week, a 44-yard gain. Chris Moore continues to make big plays down the field. He continues to do that. Tannehill was slinging that thing around. Shout out Nick Westbrook-Akine. He had 5 catches for 51 yards, and that nice touchdown when Tannehill rolled out, found him, and then Nick Westbrook put his head down in the end zone for the touchdown, y'all. This passing game looked really, really, really good yesterday. Looked really good yesterday. Josh Wiley, the rookie, tight end out of Cincinnati, he finally, he did something, y'all. Josh Wiley finally did something. Tannehill hit him down the seam for that 24-yard gain. And then King Henry, shout out to Tim Kelly for this play call. He had King Henry take the snap. And then what did King Henry do? Woo, he did his little jump pass, y'all. And Josh Wiley was right there for the touchdown. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. This offense finally got it going again like it did against the Chargers. I mean, this offense was firing on all cylinders. Exactly why we had, as y'all see on y'all screen, 400 total yards of offense yesterday, man. So Tannehill, my brother, you played well. Please keep it up. DeAndre Hopkins, you did your thing. Nick Westbrook-Akine, you continue to make clutch catches. Chris Moore made a huge catch once again. Josh Wiley finally got involved, even scored a touchdown. And did y'all see also on that play, Big Jeff came in on that play when Derrick Henry threw the ball to Josh Wiley. So shout out to Tim Kelly. And let me talk about Tim Kelly just for a little bit. Tim Kelly, man, that was the best game you've called so far, my brother. That was the best game Tim Kelly has called so far, y'all. Tim Kelly, I love the creativity. I love that he was passing the ball more on first down. I love that we weren't just running up the middle so much. We were actually pitching it. We were tossing it. And then when we in our with our receivers, we were letting our receivers finally get downfield a little bit. This is what this offense is supposed to look like. This is what this offense is supposed to look like, y'all. We got King Henry and Tajay in the backfield. Tannehill play actions it. We got D-Hop, Chris Moore, Nick Westbrook. This is what this offense is supposed to look like. And by y'all, we did this without Treylon Burks. And I know Treylon Burks hasn't played well so far early in the season, but we still, hey, he's still a solid receiver, and we did all this without him. Chig also got going a little bit. He had 3 catches with 29 yards. So, man, this offense looked amazing yesterday. A very, 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 very great performance from this offense. And like I said, y'all, this is winning football right here. But we have to show some consistency. The blocking has to be there, right? Derrick Henry and Tajay Spears have to have holes to run through. Tannehill has to be great with his timing and accuracy when it comes to our receivers. And then our receivers got to continue to get open and make plays downfield. If we do all those things, y'all, this team can be very special. So that was the offense. Now let's move into this defense. Defense. Man, what a performance by this defense. We only allowed 211 total yards of offense yesterday and only gave up a field goal. Let me tell y'all, this secondary showed up yesterday. Christian Fulton, let me holler at you real quick, my brother. What a performance by you yesterday. I criticized you last week, man. You showed up in a huge way. Hell, Jamar Chase, 7 catches, 73 yards. I'll take that. Roger McCray in the slot. Shout out Roger. He played extremely well. Tyler Boyd did not have a big game. And then on the other side, Sean Murphy-Bunting, who I also criticized last week. Sean Murphy-Bunting, you played very well. When T. Higgins was in the game, T only caught 2 catches for 19 yards. So this secondary absolutely locked down these wide receivers. And then obviously the mayor of Murfreesboro, Mr. Kevin Byard, and Amani Hooker back there were doing their things. KB got the fumble recovery. Amani Hooker almost had an interception. The first drive for the Bengals, Amani Hooker almost had an interception. What a great performance by this secondary. And this is the kind of game that this secondary needed because we had given up so many big plays so far through the first 3 games, y'all. So many big plays. And finally, we put the lock down. We put the clamps, I should say, on the Bengals wide receivers. Mr. Azeez Al-Shire. Y'all, let me get close when I say this. This dude might be the fastest and most athletic linebacker in the league right now. There's a reason that Rand brought him to our team from San Francisco. He was getting after Joe Burrow so many times. I was so glad that Shane Bowen finally used Azeez Al-Shire as a blitzer because the first 3 games Azeez was not being used as a blitzer. And that was making me very mad, y'all, because Azeez, with his athleticism and his speed, he absolutely needs to be going after these quarterbacks. And, man, did y'all see he forced that fumble on Joe Burrow yesterday? That was an amazing play. And then he had another time where he made Joe Burrow get that ball out so quick, no receiver was even in the vicinity. Azeez Al-Shire, excuse me, on my nose itching, but Azeez Al-Shire showed up yesterday. He showed up yesterday. This D-line, Big Jeff Simmons, Arden Key, Harold Landry, Travis Gibson, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I said in my keys in the game that we needed to make Joe Burrow feel uncomfortable, and that's exactly what we did. You could tell Joe Burrow did not like that pressure, y'all. He did not like it whatsoever. And that's Tennessee Titans football. We got one of the best D-lines in the league. Our pass rushers, Big Jeff, Arden Key, Harold Landry, Danico Autry, Tierra Tart, Travis Gibson, Caleb Murphy. Man, these dudes got after Joe Burrow yesterday. 3 sacks on the day. And it felt like we had 5 or 6 sacks. 3 sacks on the day for us. Absolutely dominating defense. Dominating defense, y'all. Dominating defense. We knew coming into the season that this defense was going to carry this team. And yesterday, that's what they did. They carried us. The offense did their thing, but this defense really showed out. They showed out, man. This is the kind of performance that we have been waiting for this team to put together. Because even in the Chargers game, y'all, it still wasn't perfect. Even in the Chargers game, still wasn't perfect, right? The defense still gave up too many big plays. The offense struggled from the beginning in that game. But this game, we came out ready to go, man. Mike, you and your coaches, I don't know what y'all said to them during the week, but keep saying it to them. Because this looked like a hungry football team. This looked like a team that knew, hey, if we lose this game and go to 1-3, our season could very well be over with. We need this kind of performance. Every game from this team, man. Every game from this team. I don't want to see any more inconsistent play because we are too talented. We still have too many good players on this team. I don't want to see that anymore. We are the Tennessee Titans, baby. We are Tennessee tough, y'all. Tennessee tough. You look at the numbers again, y'all. Look at this. 173 rushing yards. That's our brand of football. Holding the Bengals to 211 yards. That's our brand of football. Playing amazing defense, running the ball, and then when it's time to throw the ball, we throw it, and we throw it efficiently. Finding our weapons. Defense, keep this thing going, defense, because y'all are going to be the reason why this team could make a potential deep playoff run. We are definitely led by our defense. That front seven, the secondary, keep doing y'all thing. Because if y'all do, this team could go very, very far. And then offensively, Tannehill, don't turn the ball over. Receivers, keep getting open, keep catching the ball. Offensive line, continue to block. Create holes for your running backs. Make sure that your quarterback has time to scan the field and find his weapons. This was a complete performance from the Tennessee Titans. As y'all can tell, I'm in a much better mood than I was last week. But I'm still not all the way happy because we still have seen inconsistent play from this team. So I'm not satisfied yet, y'all, because we still have work to do. It ain't over yet. It ain't over yet for us. I know it looked bad last week, But this team yesterday showed they still got some fight in them. We got to hope that we can keep performances like this up. Because if we can, not only will we win our division, not only will we potentially win one playoff game, but this team could go all the way to the Super Bowl playing like this. Complimentary football, dominating the trenches, secondary playing well, Tannehill, these receivers in sync, King Henry and Tajay Spears running, finding the holes, making plays happening out of the backfield, catching the football. This could be a Super Bowl team if we play like this on a week in and week out basis. It's a big if, but we can make it happen. Because when you look at the landscape of the AFC right now, you know, some great teams. The Chiefs, but the Chiefs last night did not look that great against Zach Wilson and the Jets. The Dolphins got beat really bad yesterday to the Bills, 48-20. Right? The Ravens, albeit they won yesterday, but it was against a banged-up Browns team with no Deshaun Watson. This AFC does not look that difficult. And we just we just dominated one of the best teams in this conference. Could this be a step in the right direction for the Titans? Or was this just a flash in the pan? I don't know, y'all. I guess we gonna have to see. This was another episode of the Zay Moolah Sports Podcast. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Y'all know how your boy gonna end it. God bless, tighten up, and I love y'all. See y'all later.